Hey Rob, I hope you can see what I'm doing okay here. Anyway, I drew up a quick component. It's kind of dark. There we go. I drew up a quick component, and I just kind of wanted to show you a brief overview of what I do for JAWS. I'm not sure if you're trying to create a mold or JAWS, but this is what I do for JAWS. So what I do, anyway, quick part. What I'm going to do is I want to make a new component off of the bottom of the part. So I'm going to pull up the bottom of the part, and then I'm going to go down to create, and I'm going to click new component, and let's just call it soft JAWS. Whoops. All right. And now my part is clear like yours was in the picture. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create sketch from there. And I want to make sure that I click on the bottom of my part. Boom. So now it's going to reference the sketch off of the bottom of my part. Okay. And this is just the way I do it. There's, with this stuff, you're going to find that there's a thousand ways to skin a cat. So anyway, I picked rectangle, so I'm just gonna throw down some rectangles here real fast, and I'm not really worried about the dimensions just yet. Okay, so boom, now I've got some two triangles sitting there, and let's hit D for dimension. Okay, and I'm gonna click here, and let's just call this 4 inches. Um, and then I'm gonna click down on the bottom line here, and I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to come back up and click on the 4, and then it's going to give me a D5 dimension. Then you just hit enter. Now it automatically made this 4 inches long as well. So then we're going to continue D for dimension. Let's go open this up, and let's go, yeah, 1.5 is good. Okay, it gave me 1.5. We're going to do this and do the same thing. I'm going to click over here on this dimension. Boom. So now it gives me a D7, enter. Now I've got 1.5 by 4 on both of these, what we'll call jaws. So then I'm going to go hit escape. I'm going to go ahead and go to my constraints. Let's just go to collinear. And I'm going to pick one edge, click it, and then I'm going to go click the other edge and see what happens. It now aligns both of my jaws to one another. And you can move them back and forth, and it's going to keep them collinear with one another. So what I want to do, I'm just going to kind of space these out, and I could get more into detail for you if you want, but so what I can do, you could hit D for dimension again if you wanted to. I like to use gauge blocks, and a lot of times I'll go 0.25, so a 1/4 inch between the two parts, right? And and now I move them around, and they're going to stay a 1/4 inch from one another, and they're going to stay collinear with one another. So, and then another thing you can do is you can put like a point here, and then you could draw a line, a sketch here, and then you could go collinear between the two, or horizontal vertical, and it'll lock the jaws. Oh, my apologies. It will lock the jaws um, center with the part. You know what I mean? And I do that with all my parts. Um, See if I can keep this damn thing straight. But anyway, for this purpose, I'm just gonna again show you how I do my jaws. So anyway, now I'm gonna finish the sketch, okay? And actually, my apologies. Let me get back here real quick. I'm gonna move this just slightly further down. Okay, now finish my sketch. So pretend that these are centered and this part is exactly on these jaws where you want them, and that's really easy to do. I could show you that later, but constraints are really cool because they can help you do all that stuff and lock the position of your parts. Okay, and put the origins where you want it by, remember, you're going to click off the bottom of that part there. Anyway, I don't want to get too jumbled up here. So now we're going to just go ahead and go to press pull, and let's go. I'm going to click on that body, and I'm going to click on that body, and I'm going to click here. I'm going to click in this little area, and this little area. And we're going to leave the gap open. And I'm just going to go, let's go 0.375, enter. Now we have our part sitting on top of our jaws, okay? So now, we're gonna call it, I want these to be 1/2 inch. So now what you wanna do, and this is very important, otherwise you're gonna go nuts trying to figure this out. You're gonna go down to your soft jaws and you're going to expand it, and you're gonna expand the sketches. And you see how this is turned off? You're going to want to turn it on, and see what happens is it activates, and I'll turn this on and off. It activates the sketch on the top plane of these soft jaws. See, I can turn it on and turn it off. Now that it's turned on, I can go up to press pull again. Sorry if you can't see that, but I'm clicking on press pull. I'm going to click on the part, and you can see that it's just outlining around the outside of the part. Click on that, click on that. And now I'm going to go minus 0.25 because my arrow was flipped downward. And now it's pointing up when I did minus, right? So, boom. Now I can come back over. I can turn my sketch off here. You can leave that one on because it's still turned off at that point. And then you can go up to the top here and hover over this section here, and you can name these. This could be called, component, part, whatever it is, header, for instance. But you're gonna click on this dot here, and you're gonna activate both sketches. It turns blue. Then you can put your arrow anywhere and hit your key, and now you've created a set of soft jaws for your part. Okay. And you can turn the soft jaws off, you can turn them on, you can turn the part off or on, and now you can see your part in there. And then what I like to do with my soft jaws is I'll go over here to fillet, and I'll click on this. You can click on this, you can click over here, you can click over here, and you can play with the radius that looks good for you. Usually I'll go 0.15, kind of depends on the part and how much I need to capture. On this particular part, it's got a lot of radius here and here and here and here. And, and then that will, that'll still capture. You've got a lot of geometry. So you could even slim this down to, 100 thou, you can even make it smaller than that. I mean, it just, I'm sorry, 0.015 is what I usually go. I'm all over the place right here, but 0.15, just something slight. So you don't, just a slight little fillet there, so you're not marring your parts, putting them in and out, but yeah, like I said, it all depends on the part and how much you're holding, and however thick this is, that's what you're going to calculate, however much you want it wrapped around the side, depending on the soft jaw that you're using. And then another thing that you can do, like I said, is let's say you want to create another sketch. I'll go ahead and just activate the soft jaw real quick, and then I go click on sketch and then choose my surface. So now I've chosen this surface here, and then what I'll do is I'll go to the center, triangle pops up, I know I'm at center, and then I'll go 0.5, so 1/2 inch down, and then I'll go C for circle, click here, and I'll go 0.5, boom. Now I've got a circle here, right? So now I can go to press pull, click on there, minus 0.5. Sorry, I don't know why I said 0.5, 0.25. Boom. Now I've got a place to indicate my part. So I'll stick my probe down in here and I'll indicate. If you're using a Heimer, you can probe this and then split it in half, and you'll find the center here, and then you just do it on the X, and you'll figure that out as well. So anyway, then you can add a chamfer here. I like to add chamfers as well so that the parts don't get all marred up when you're putting them in and out. And I'll grab a little part or soft jaw real quick. Okay, so you can kind of see that's what I do with my soft jaws, and then you can see this little bevel or a fillet right in here, so I don't mar the parts up, you know. And then everything's chamfered all along here, so it's not sharp, you know. But yeah, soft jaw. And anyway, I hope that helped. Sorry if it's kind of long and yeah, anyway, kind of long and quick, but anyway, it gives you an idea. And I always like to chamfer these little edges just to get rid of any sharp edges that could mar the part or, you know, damage any of the probing stylus, um, you know, things of that nature. And see if there's anything else I can think of. Yeah, pretty simple, but tricky unless you don't know what's going on. And then there's also, let's say you had multiple components. Let's say these are small components. You can also use, let's say you have the soft jaws already made, but you want to duplicate this down the line on your soft jaws. If let's pretend they were smaller, there's ways of doing that under pattern, you know, and you can use there, you know, there's you know rectangular patterns. You can come down here, you can use pattern and I'll do that. I'll extend parts out, like if I'm putting multiple parts in here, and then what they have you do is you select all your surfaces, and then you can drag them and put how many you want and all that good stuff. But anyway, yeah, sky's the limit with this stuff. So anyway, hope it helped, buddy. Have a good sleep, and hope it's beneficial. We'll see you.